What's up everybody, it's Dominique from Neek Films, and today I'm doing a tutorial / review of a Bali bronzing foam from Coco and Eve. I've actually used this a couple times before, so I have a little bit of experience so I can give a better review and my opinions on a product like this. I'm gonna take you through the steps of application and kind of tell you some of the tricks that I learned from last time, and then I'll let you know what my final thoughts are. Before we get into it, go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel and let me know if there's anything that you would do differently or any products that you have questions about or would like me to review. So today we're reviewing Coco and Eve Sunny Honey Bali Bronzing Foam, and the color I got was medium. The reason I got medium was because I didn't want to go too drastic. Honestly, I like things to look very natural and I don't want it to shock anybody. If I see someone at the beginning of the week and at the end of the week, I'm like completely dark tan, I think that's just really tacky and weird, and it's like, what's the point? The thing with these bronzing foams, a lot of times it would make you really orange. It kind of had like more of an orange tone to it. So this actually has green tinting in it, but it helps with the orange looking stuff on your skin. The last time I used this, I was kind of in a hurry, so I actually didn't wash the mitt, which I probably should do, but it came with a mitt that looks disgusting. Ooh. And it also comes with a little brush. So this helps with different areas on like your face, your hands, your feet, like your knees, elbows, any kind of areas that you want to be delicate with and you don't want to put too much on. This is going to be the tool that you're going to use. So it smells actually pretty good. If you've ever tried any kind of bronzing lotions or foams, you know that they kind of smell weird, but this one, the first off smell, it smells really good. This is just my recommendation. I know tons of people want to be super dark, but I would not recommend for you to go dark or ultra dark because honestly, to me, it looks really bad. If you're using ultra dark, you can't even achieve that. Especially if you're white. If you're white, you cannot achieve a natural tan that is the same with the ultra dark. And you look like you're changing your skin, which is not good. You know, sorry, Coco and Eve, that's probably like ruining your business, but like, don't do it because I've used this and people notice that I look darker, but it's not like, they're like, you all of a sudden changed ethnicity. Honestly, just don't do it. Just stop. Just don't do it. Don't overdo it, y'all. Please, just please. The promo that I did actually came with a free scarf thingy for your hair. They sell a lot of hair products and I've wanted to try them because I do have curly hair, but I just hadn't before. So it's kind of like a little towel for your hair and I've used it a couple times. It's all right. So I'm gonna be applying this and then letting you know the little tips along the way of what I learned from last time, because let me tell you, there were some things. I'll tell you along the way. The directions say exfoliate before use, apply to dry skin, free from moisturizer, apply using a self-tanning mitt in circular motions, use sparingly on elbows, knees, wrists, and hands. Allowed to develop for a minimum of 2 hours or overnight for a deeper tan. Rinse off and gently pat skin. Moisturize daily to maintain the results. It is really important that you don't get it on this part of your hands because obviously we know that it'll make your hands tan and then it just looks stupid. The first time I did this, I was way too heavy on my hands and my face, and just the way that I did it, it was just too rough. It was too much and you could see just weird lines on my hands. No, I'm gonna start very, very minimal because you just wanna test it out, okay? So this is what it looks like. This is kind of how I started. I started on the big parts of my body, avoiding the inside of my wrist for now. And you want to really try to make it like even the first time that you're going through it. And I ended up using it twice in 1 week to see how dark it would make me if I did it again. So it actually worked and it made me darker. It was good. So there's a lot of pros. Like, I would definitely use this if I'm doing like a weekend situation. Probably not Coachella because I'd actually want to like really build up my tan so that I really wouldn't get sunburned, because no amount of sunscreen shields you from that sky. So there's a lot of great things with this. It really doesn't flake off. And it doesn't like get streaky when you take a shower and stuff, and it comes off in blotches. I didn't notice any of that happening. several years ago, I used a lotion and it worked, but it did still have that like orangey tan kind of like look, and I really hate that. Like, I honestly hate knowing that other people notice. A lot of girls, when I see them put this on like the ads, they're like, and I just don't think that long term, or even I don't think it looks good because it's too much. Normally when I would do this, I would obviously do this in my bedroom with the doors closed, and I would do it over my entire body. But for this purpose, I'm going to do this for you. If you can see a streak, that means you haven't rubbed it in good enough. When you, kind of like a Sharpie, when you go over it twice, it'll create like a little crease. Just try to rub it out and like pull it down as much as you can, as naturally as you can. Not going over the elbows. You need to get something like a utensil or something that you can wrap this around to get your back, unless you have somebody helping you. I keep a towel handy just in case. Do it to where I do everything with my right hand with this side first, and then I switch it to the other side. Also remember to take off your makeup. Put it on the spatula or mitt or whatever you want to do. You put it on, and then you kind of hold this. Some people have like a little tie thing. I think it does fine just to hold. And you just do it this way. Let me tell you, when you have it on and it gets darker before you wash it off, it washes off lighter. So it's kind of alarming when you first have it, especially on your face. You'll see, but your face looks crazy. And I like to go over places that are they naturally get tan. Forehead, chest, tops of shoulders, stuff like that. So it kind of looks a little bit more natural instead of all one color. So that's just my preference. If you do go over a spot that you weren't supposed to go over yet, just take the brush, just brush it out so that there's no clumps of stuff, and then just don't go over there again. You don't have to do a full pump every time. Like, don't rush it. All right, I'm gonna start doing my face. Make sure your face is clean. Little, I'm telling you, little bit. Boom. I start around my face, kind of, you almost do like contouring with it first. That's how I do it. I put it on there, and then I went to go get my mirror, and it kind of like dissolved. So that's even maybe probably too much. Okay. It's already dissolving, okay. That's crazy. All right, so, and you wanna make sure to get your ears. Please don't. And then really get it into your hairline to begin. And you really wanna be so careful not to do too much. So we go behind the ears, in the ears. Make sure your ears are clean. Come on, somebody. Then you just slowly bring it in. Blend it out. But we work it in. Like, I've only used 2 pumps, and I'm covering pretty much my whole face. And I'm telling you, after the 2 hours, you will startle yourself. When you look in the mirror, your face is gonna look bad. Just telling you. But when you wash it off in the shower, it comes off lighter. So like, it literally looks like your face is dirty. Like you just got a bunch of dirt on your face. Okay, I'm gonna need a little bit more for my neck and such. A little bit, okay. And we have to cover the neck, just like makeup. I didn't cover this ear yet. Just like makeup, we have to, okay, and I don't know if you saw, I go over my eyelids a little bit, cause like, you can really tell whenever somebody has been tanning because they have like raccoon eyes. It looks bad. So really what you're doing is you're contouring and making sure you're getting all the spots. Don't forget the back of your neck, okay? You could do it with the mitt. I'd rather do it. You could do it like here. And that way you can also see. Go behind the ears. I can see some spots I missed. Under here. Really? Where do these come from? Like, come on. Whatever. I'm human. I'm human. Trying to go in my hairline just a little bit more. And it's almost like you can do like the natural contouring so that it almost acts like your makeup. Not too much. I also didn't do my nose yet. If you're gonna do your nose and stuff, make sure you get all those spots. That looks too dark. I'm scared now. I'm scared. I go in the chest a little bit more. I literally blend it. Dabbing helps instead of like dragging it, because when you're dragging, you're gonna do that sharp, like how I said, like Sharpies do. They erase what was before, and so it pulls it up because it's like kind of sticky. I'm gonna go off camera and do my torso, the rest of my back, and all that kind of stuff. I accidentally got a little bit of this stuff in my hand, so I went ahead and did my hand. I know it doesn't look crazy. I'm gonna do a little bit more because I didn't do my fingers because I wanted to show you. Boop. Tiny. Tiny. Especially because I'm just doing my fingers. Like, literally. Ever so slightly. You don't want to get too crazy on the edges, just light. Like, you don't want to have even a bunch of it on. Bend, I can't stress enough, bend your fingers and do it, because when you got those little white lines in the middle, oh gosh, it's so ugly. Go on your nail. You want to get the cracks, but not with a lot. You saw how much I had, like little. And then just like lightly brush. Like, you don't want it to even feel like it's wet at all. That's how much. You really don't want any more than that. This is where I got it on, so it's obviously darker. Like, there's literally a splotch. That's why you gotta be careful with this stuff. Ugh, so much. Okay. These little details can make it or break it for you, I'm telling you. I know it looks fine now, but if you've seen what I've seen, this part right here, you can easily get in accidentally and not know it, and it looks bad. And on the legs and like your stomach and your back, honestly, go for it. Like, I've been super careful this whole time, but just literally go for it. Except the knees. Don't go crazy on the knees. Don't go crazy on your feet either. Even do 3. The commercials that have them put their legs side by side, they're not actually accurate because they're going off of what it looks like right after you apply it, which is not correct. Because that's not the actual color it's gonna be. Just lightly go over the toes. You know, you wanna keep it at the base and then lightly spread it out to the other parts. outside, inside. Sometimes I like to go over my legs twice, but you can't brush too hard. You have to lightly do it. I can tell the difference between what I look like tan and what I look like with this. It's different. It still does the same thing. I'm still dark, but I can tell the difference. Keep that in mind. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like in about 2 hours so you can see, and we're gonna go from there. Okay, it's been 2 hours and this is what it looks like so far. Obviously, I told you that it gets really dark and it looks really dirty and it looks kind of crazy, but when you wash it off, it does wash off lighter and all the kind of dark patches go away, especially on your face. But I'm gonna have this overnight and then I'm gonna take a shower in the morning and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. Okay, I just woke up and this is what I look like. My arms are very dark. Really, almost everything is dark. Obviously, I told you my face is gonna look dirty. Like it looks pretty uneven. I'm gonna wash this off and see how it looks. These are the final results. Overall, I'm happy with how it turned out. My hands ended up going down as I washed them more, so don't worry about that too much. I did not put any face makeup on, so you can see exactly what it looks like. One of the things that I hate about self-tanners or spray tans, because I've had a spray tan before, and goodness gracious, when it came off, it looked horrid. Anyway, I hate whenever there's a line, there's lines. So there's like a little bit of one, and I try not to, but it's less than it usually is. You can see it's a little like uneven. Here's some dark spot. I'm glad that I didn't do any darker, but you can tell the color more in your hands that it's not real. So after you wash it off in the shower, a lot of the splotchiness goes away. It's a great alternative if you don't want to be tanning and stuff that's really harmful to your skin, especially if you're not doing it safely, slowly, with sunscreen, because you still need to block out some of the rays even when you're trying to get tan. But I'm not saying that it's the best thing out there. This is the lowest color they had. This was the medium. I didn't even see a light version, but this was the medium. So I feel like if I had gone any darker, even just the next one up, it would have been way too much. It would have been looking really tacky, and that's my opinion. And I see a lot of the girls on Instagram going for the ultra dark, and it's literally making them look like not themselves. It's weird. My policy is always to stay true to you. I do get really tan in the summer, but if you wanted to kind of pre-tan or appear like you're tan for whatever it is, this is a quick and easy way to do that. It's been basically a full 24 hours that from the application process to now, and I can slightly smell like the kind of that smell of tanner, but it's really not that bad. I've used other ones before and it's like smells horrible. Honestly, leaving it on for 2 hours, maybe 3 hours will do just fine. And this tan will actually last you about 2 weeks. Make sure the first time you shower, maybe the first couple times you're showering, I would use a colored towel and not a white towel, because when you get your skin wet, some of that residue of the product still on your skin. So when your skin's wet and you wipe it with a white towel, it's gonna come off in there. It doesn't look 100% real. That's just the fact, so it's never going to, because it's not. But it is a good alternative. A lot of people are trying to snap their fingers and make something fake look real. Obviously, sometimes that's not always an option. So it's really close. Whenever I was going out today in my shorts and tank top, I felt really tan, you know. It wasn't like a subtle difference, and which I thought maybe the lowest grade one would do, but it wasn't. If you like this tutorial, go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel and be on the lookout for more content. I'll be doing more beauty reviews as well as other equipment and stuff, because I am a videographer, I am a film producer first and foremost. So I'll be doing those product reviews when it comes to my camera work as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.